Hey, y'all want some coffee? It is almost 7 o'clock at night, and today I have cooked taco soup. I still have a roast in my multi-cooker, chicken salad, and I've got to make Randy's daddy. I don't got to, but I'm going to make Randy's daddy a birthday cake for tomorrow. And I was going to do like a 2-layer cake or something like that. I'm doing bundt. It's getting late and I'm tired, and it'll be just as good. It'll taste the same. Alrighty, so let me get my ingredients together and we'll do another video. This recipe that I use, it's for a doctored red velvet box mix cake. Hands down, this is the best recipe that I have ever used for any kind of cake. It has a lot of ingredients. Now, for the icing, I think I'm just going to use container icing because I don't have everything I need to make my buttercream icing. So that's what we're gonna do. But you can take this cake mix or this cake recipe and you can make chocolate cake. I've made carrot cake. You can do any kind of cake. You just have to substitute or switch out some things. But it's good. It is so good and moist. Okay, let me get my stuff together. Okay. Now for this recipe, you gotta have 1 box of cake mix of your choice. I'm doing chocolate. Okay. Then you gotta have 1 cup spoon in leveled of all-purpose flour. You gotta have 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. All right. Gonna mix that up. And then we're gonna put in our cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of granulated sugar. And this is called the doctored up cake. I've got to get some more cocoa powder. I have just used my last bit of cocoa powder. Mix this up really good so, you know, you got to get it all incorporated. Okay. Now you got to have 1/2 cup of melted butter and 1½ cups of buttermilk. I mixed those 2 together. You gotta have 3/4 cup of sour cream. Now look, I know this is a lot of ingredients, But it's the best daggone cake you've ever put in your mouth. I can tell you that. You need some vanilla. And you have 3 eggs. Now, if we were making a red velvet cake, we'd have to put in use 1 box of red velvet cake mix, and then put your cocoa powder, and then add your red food coloring and your vinegar. But I'm not adding vinegar to this because we're not doing a red velvet. I'm gonna mix this up. You wanna preheat your oven to 335. That's right, 335. This is not a boring cake. This is a delicious cake. Okay. Now, as I told y'all, 3/4 cup of sour cream. You can use Greek yogurt if you do not want to use sour cream. All right, let me grease my pan. I forgot my oil. 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. It was clear. I didn't see it in that cup. I'm glad I caught that, which it would have still been okay, but, you know, because we got the sour cream and we got the butter, but it calls for the vegetable oil. And there's our 335 oven ready. Now we got it. We got it. This is the best daggone cake. You cannot make a cake better than this. You can't buy a cake that tastes better than this. I would not tell you no story. I'm gonna double check, make sure I don't have the stuff to make the icing. If y'all never make anything that I have ever shown y'all, make this or the red velvet one. You will be shocked how wonderful it tastes. I hope this thing don't go overboard. So I'm gonna try to make it icing. I think I might have enough powdered sugar. Okay, we got that in the oven. And we wanna bake that, I think, about an hour. I'm gonna check it in about 45 minutes, but I'll let you know. So it came out pretty. And I do not have any, well, I don't have enough powdered sugar to make homemade icing. So I've got this, and I put some vanilla bean paste in it. I think it's pretty good myself. All right, I gotta let this cool. I put a little icing on the bottom to keep the cake in place, but it'll harden back up. Okay, I think we can safely put some icing on this cake. But anyway, like I was saying, y'all, this recipe is really good. It really is. And I'll put the recipe in the description box along with the recipe for the icing. I should have picked me up some powdered sugar today. I went by the grocery store and, like I said, picked up meat and stuff. But went by Walmart and it was packed. The eggs were gone. Thank goodness I had eggs, but with the storm coming and everything, there was no bread. I already had bread too. And this is the perfect size also because, it's not going to be a lot of people there. I like to put some icing in the middle. I've been in this kitchen most of the day since I've gotten home. But I am going to take me a cake decorating class, probably this spring or summer. Alrighty, that's about it right there with the icing. And I shaved some chocolate. I have to shave some more, I think. All right, now I gotta clean this up. All right. All right. I went ahead and put some Reese's peanut butter cups on it. I know it's not a peanut butter cake, but anyway, that's gonna have to do. I'm tired, but it's gonna be good. Thank y'all for watching, and let me look at my roast. I hadn't even checked it. Here we go. It's about to fall to pieces. I haven't pulled it apart yet, but I got to get that done. Randy's already gone to bed. Okay. Once again, thank you for watching. And please subscribe if you haven't. And share if you would. That helps my videos reach more people. Y'all have a wonderful night. And look, if y'all get bad weather, please be safe and be careful. I'll see you next time on Taste of Country. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Well, I walked outside just a second ago, and I like to froze in my tracks. It is so cold. I felt like my lungs were just going to freeze. It is so cold. The chill is, it just cuts right through you. Yep, it's coming. The storm is coming. So I made Daddy a taco soup for this coming up week. Yesterday was his birthday, and we're going to celebrate his birthday today. And I wanted to make him some cornbread, because he loves it, to go with his taco soup. But I'm gonna add some jalapeno and some onion. Now, I only used one jalapeno, and I de-seeded it and I rinsed it. He doesn't want it real hot. He's like me, he likes the flavor of jalapeno, but he doesn't like the heat. So here's the recipe. You need 1 cup of cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Always check the date on your baking powder. I keep mine in the refrigerator. It calls for 1 cup of buttermilk and 1/2 cup of regular milk. I use 1 and 1/2 cups of buttermilk. So you can do 1 cup of buttermilk and a 1/2 cup of regular milk. And I just go ahead and use the whole buttermilk. Okay, you need 1 egg, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and then we need 1/4 plus 2 tablespoons of shortening. That's 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons, and I've got it in my iron skillet melting in the oven right now on 450. So I'm gonna mix all of my dry ingredients up, and I also add 2 teaspoons of sugar. You don't have to. And I also added some extra flavor. I added a teaspoon of onion powder and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. You don't have to do that either. But I will post the recipe in the description box. I want to make sure that's good and incorporated. We're going to add our 1.5 cups of buttermilk and our 1 egg. It took my breath away, y'all. It is just, I can't remember feeling that kind of cold. It's been a long time. I'm gonna mix this up. I made this cornbread. The last time I made cornbread, I made this recipe, and it is really good. It's crispy on the outside. And if you don't have shortening, you can use regular oil, you know, vegetable oil. But it's good to heat it up in the pan, I think, and then pour the hot oil in your batter. That's the way my mama always used to do it. Now, I've got this 1 onion and the jalapeno. And I'm not sure how much I want to use. That's about 1/4 cup right there. So let's just say about 1/2 cup. Yep, that looks good. About 1/2 cup, y'all. Now I could add cheese, but I don't know if he would want the cheese. I know he loves the onions and the jalapenos, but I'm not sure about the cheese. He can melt some cheese on it if, you know, if he decides to. Now I'm gonna wait for my shortening to heat up, and then I'm gonna pour 2 tablespoons in the pan and the rest of it in my batter. Okay. Easy peasy and delicious. So I put my roast back in my multi-cooker this morning because I wasn't really satisfied with it. It wasn't done enough for me. And I added some potatoes and carrots. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I ate some of it this morning, and it is so daggone good with those carrots and potatoes. I don't know, I feel like my multi-cooker wasn't cooking right for some reason. And I've had it on the correct temperature. But I just wanted to show that to you. And that recipe is in a previous video. You'll see that, I hope. And I made a cake. Y'all probably seen that, but I kind of did a little something different this morning. I'll show y'all that too. I didn't have all the ingredients that I wanted, you know. I was tired yesterday, and Walmart was packed. I mean, packed, daggone packed. So I kind of made this a fun cake. So I put some Hershey bars, some Reese's, and some M&M's in the middle, and chocolate all around. So this is a chocolate candy cake. I know Randy's granddaughter's gonna like it. And I had it outside on the porch because it's so cold. And I had to bring it in. I was scared it's gonna freeze. I hope I post this video before the winter storm starts. And if I do, y'all please be careful. Make sure you got your candles and batteries. If you've got battery operated candles, have them ready. That's what I do. Make sure if you got a generator, you got your gas, you know, all of that, food, water. I know some places have actually ran out of water. Somebody put that on Facebook, said Walmart had no water, none. My oil has heated up, and I would go ahead and make my batter while your oil is heating up because it gives your batter time to hydrate. So I'm gonna stir this batter up. And we're gonna cook this 20 to 25 minutes. I'm thinking last time I cooked it on 450. Well, y'all, I told y'all my oven is kind of wonky. So I'm gonna turn my oven down to 425. If your oven is normal, you can do 450. Mine, not so wonderful. All right, I'm gonna put this in the oven, y'all. Let's give it a try. You gotta have butter on it. Make sure it's not too spicy. That's good. It'd be really good with some cheese in it too. You got the jalapeno flavor without the heat. You can leave the seeds in it. If you want the heat.